Oh my God, what is going on here? Oh, what is happening? It looks like class is in session. Oh man, we're getting ready for tomorrow. I can't wait for classes to begin tomorrow. Oh, 12 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow and Sunday. We're going to have some fun. Welcome to the whiteboard. I'm here. I'm going to be drawing all kinds of things on here and stupid little smiley faces and whatever have you. And going to be on my feet just working away to figure out how to educate you people. get you making even more money than you're making now. Let's hope. Options classes are about to begin and everything else. Welcome to the afternoon show. It is July the 9th. It's what time is it? 3 in the afternoon Eastern. We're here for the last hour of trading today, and we're ready for the first hour of the aftermarket. So there you have it. That is what's going on right now. Where are we at? What is happening? The Dow is up 463 points. Looking good. No complaints. We've got the S&P up 49. We got NASDAQ up 139. I got my big ass iPad right over here just off camera. Watching different stocks, wondering why are certain stocks doing well and certain stocks not doing well. What the hey is going on here? SOFI 1663. It's up a penny. I don't know how much longer it'll be in the positive territory. I think it's about to go red. I better quote it, give you the quote right now while it's still green. I didn't do it. 1664. It's up 2 cents. Come on, SOFI. I don't know what to make of it. Volume right now on the SOFI, looking at my handy dandy phone here, 12.9 million. Quiet day today. It's a Friday in the summer for sure. GameStop down 68 cents, sitting at 190.70. Volume on GameStop today is a unhealthy 1.2 million shares today. Very quiet, no news. ATIP up 16 cents, 865. This is just about the high of the day here. 865, 866 has been the high. I can't complain about that. Volume of 273,000 shares. So, not much to get excited about there. Over at AMC 4620 down $1.73. Gore's 1471 down 18 cents. It's been basically negative all day, but only just a little, nothing too serious. 23andMe 1091. 1091 for 23andMe. Yay! 696,000 shares traded. We'll take that. And over at Fifth Wall up 23 cents to 1188. Vector Acquisition up 34 cents to 1147. Very good. That's near its all days high today. Very nice. Nav site unchanged at 996. Starboard value down 3 cents, and Bantic Vectors up 463. Home Depot up 336. IBM up $1.09 to 141.83. That is looking good. That's a nice one-day chart on IBM right there, starting right here and then coming up to here. Now this is the near the high of the day. Fantastic. Great to see that. Any of you folks who picked up some of these options, you're doing all right. Dow is up 453. Am I complaining? No, sir, I am not. The index now is 34,874. Let's try something right here. Let me check. What do you think of my brush? What do you think about this brush right here? Woo-hoo-hoo. How about this? Okay, no gum. Okay, come on now. Don't be chewing gum in class. Don't be pulling anybody's hair. Be on your best behavior, everybody. Come on now. All right. Don't mind the glare on this thing either. The kind of money I paid for it. Dow Jones. All right, here we go. Hang on. I'm winging it here today. All righty, Dow. The Dow Jones. Okay, the 52-week week high has been 35,091. And right now, she is sitting at 34,800. You think this is easy? 75. That's where we are right now. So take this away from that, and you'll know how close we are to the all-time high. About 125 plus 91, so that'd be about 200 and was that 16 points away? We're 216 points away from a new all-time high record. So there you go. 35,091 is what we need to get, and we're at right now 34,872 right at this minute. So we're zeroing in on the all-time high for the Dow. We've got the all-time high going for S&P 500. We got the all-time high going for NASDAQ. The Dow is zeroing in. Don't know if it can do it today, but it might. Quiet Fridays in the middle of a summer is when all kinds of things can happen. Movement can take place that maybe shouldn't be taking place, and we might get ourselves a shot where this record is gonzo. So stick around, kids. Worthwhile watching this. What can I say? There you go. That's the Dow. And Microsoft's up 2 cents. Apple up $1.82, hit a new high, all-time high today as well. Tesla up $1.14. Bed Bath & Beyond up $1. BlackBerry up 15 cents. Cruise lines are positive today. Royal Caribbean up 272. Norwegian up 62 cents. Carnival up 52 cents. And then Amazon is a loser, down 950 today on a day that the Dow's about to hit. But remember, Biden just signed an executive order trying to limit illegal competition, and there's some restrictions that might come in for some tech stocks. It's a bit of concern, but you know what? Facebook doesn't care. They're up 478. Google up $12. They're hardly worried. And Amazon has had a record run this week to all-time record highs. So I really wouldn't be too concerned about that stock being off. What bugs me is on a day like yesterday, we had the $550 point drop in the pre-market on the Dow. And then we came up to lose only a couple of hundred points. And a lot of our stocks went positive during the day, even with the negative hundreds and hundreds of points. Today, we got the Dow up, we've got the NASDAQ up, we've got S&P up, everything is up, and SoFi's down 2 cents, GameStop's off $1, and Gores is off 19 cents. Kind of upsetting. It's kind of pissing me off. I don't know who to call. I don't know who to call about this. 23andMe, I'm happy to report, 1090. Up 27 cents. So that's a much better looking stock. And ATIP back to 864. We have improved on both of those in the last couple of days, thankfully, through that. So that's better. Okay. We know about GameStop. It can go up 10, 15, 20 bucks at any time at a moment's notice. Just stand by for that. It has been up most of the day, and now it's just kind of at break even. SoFi, it's still finding itself. It's traded now 13.4 million shares. It's down 2 cents to 16.60. We know the long-term game plan for that company, but maybe today is not the day for all banks to do well. But there you have it. Anyway, Bruce is way taller than 4'8". He's towering over 10 feet tall. I'm wearing my stilts right now. You gotta understand now. Just like Lieutenant Dan. In Lieutenant Dang in the Forrest Gump, got those extensions on. So right now, I'm hanging on. He's definitely over 6 feet. They're saying, teacher needs whiteboard practice. Laugh out loud. That's right. Passing chewing gum around to the others. I knew it. There was one in here who was going to do this. I said not to do it. Now they're doing it. Look at that penmanship. It's about time to announce some sort of a dividend. This is awesome. It feels like high school. You should call the SEC and tell them to do your job. When does the drinking start? Oh, no. When you see the back of his head, you have to drink. The good thing about doing this, being the YouTube creator, is I don't see the back of my head. I only see the front of my head because I don't have eyes in the back of my head. Although some teachers had eyes in the back of their heads. I don't know how they did it because they would catch me red-handed from time to time. But what can I say? Moon shoes. Oh gosh. Any more spots left for this weekend, Uncle Bruce? I don't think so. We've been receiving payments all day yesterday and again today. Jen and I have to do a review. We have to do a matchup after the show's over today to see exactly who we sent invites to, how many came back and said, yes, I want this class, I want this class, I want both classes. Then we match up on all those who has paid us to lock in their slots, and then we'll know the numbers. But they were pretty high to the maximum to the fill. But I won't know until later today. But I'm going to say I don't think so. The good news is I was on the phone this afternoon between these shows to our friends at PayPal to coordinate with them the website and the edited videos that are coming. And I was just talking to my editor just 5 minutes ago, and we're coordinating the timing for everything so that we're trying to make sure we get the live shows done Saturday, Sunday, get them edited Saturday, Sunday, get them uploaded Saturday night, Sunday night, and then they'll be available to all of you who missed the live show. And many of you who knew you couldn't see the live show, you weren't able to make it, you'll be able to watch the edited version, and hope you'll enjoy it, and we'll go from there. So lots happening, lots of new logistics happening, all for the first time. And I can tell you right now, this guy isn't going to sleep well tonight. I'm going nuts here, but I'm rather looking forward to seeing what's going on here. Oh, hi, Uncle Bruce, says Jean. Hi, Jean, how you doing? I'm going to see you on the weekend. Hi, Uncle Bruce. It seems the major institutional investors are throwing money to major corporations and leaving the growth stocks. What do you say about this phenomenon? This comes and goes. This is an ongoing debate. It's an ongoing thing. You've got to, of course, understand that major institutional investors who are sitting on hundreds of billions of dollars or tens of billions of dollars, some of them, I remember when pension funds used to be $10 billion. We go, wow, a $10 billion pension fund. That's incredible. Now you've got some in the trillions. It's unbelievable how much money they are managing. That's the problem. They have so much money that they're managing now. They've got to find places to put it. And they can't just buy, 10,000 shares of this stock and 10,000 shares of that stock and tie up a bunch of their dough. But then again, they don't want to put, 10% of what they have into any one position. So there's this versus that. But they can't put in, if they're running, say, a $200 billion fund, and they want to put in 10% of their position in one investment, that's $20 billion in one stock. You can't do that with GameStop. You'll own the whole company. You can't do that with any of these SPACs. You can't do it with with a whole bunch of smaller companies. So you have to limit how many shares you have in each entity. You want to make sure you don't dominate the stock with regard to liquidity issues, because if you want to make a move out, you want to be able to make a move out without too much fuss. So it's a difficult balancing act. On the larger cap stocks, again, you want to have Apple, sure, but you don't want to be overexposed in Apple or Microsoft or any of the others. And so there's this constant back and forth. Obviously, dividend stocks, you want to bring in income there. You want to have a reasonable amount of perhaps short-term notes. You want to have liquidity at all times. It's a big balancing act. But right now, with interest rates where they are and where they're headed, we're not going to see a massive gain in the interest rate market anytime soon. I mean, if any of you think that we're going to go to 5 or 6 or 7% prime rates on your loans, think again. It's not happening soon. We're talking 5 years out and beyond, and it'll only go up in increments of a quarter point here and a quarter point there. It's like watching paint dry in the future. We're going to be watching these paint drying sessions for years. I just don't see a sudden run in rates, because what the Fed is worried about and all the central bankers in Europe are worried about is that a run in interest rates will scare off business. Will make businesses back off, and they'll go, whoa, wait a minute. If you're bumping rates to us, you're bumping rates to consumers. And if that's the case, they might not shop. We can't go through that kind of a shock right now. And so these central bankers are going to gradually try to raise rates bit by bit without cratering their own economies, especially obviously back home. Let's say, you know what, Bruce, if you stand up for Libation Hour, we all stand up for Libation Hour. Do you think that Disney is safe stock to park some funds? I'm not 100% sure, because the shares were around the $200 mark not too long ago. Let me just take a look here at Disney on my phone here. Disney, there it is, the Walt Disney Company. 177.06 right now is the price, up 426 today. But boy, in the last 6 months, they hit a high of 203 back in around March, late February, March, and they've been downhill ever since. The company is still losing money. They are not making any money. And the problem with Disney is that they've been under restricted crowd sizes. They're not getting the international passengers. International tourists are not coming in. If you're a Disney company and you operate Disney World, you love it when you see all of these giant aircraft land at the Orlando International Airport, and hordes and hordes of tourists from overseas are coming in to spend a week in the Disney World parks, the hotels, the restaurants, and the entire, all the properties, because these folks are in a hurry to spend a lot of money, and that's what they're going to do. Gian, thank you, Gian, for that donation. Appreciate it, buddy. they're in a hurry to spend a lot of money, and they're gonna outspend Americans and Canadians by a ton. They're taking home souvenirs. These are the kind of folks that will buy $1,000 baubles, jewelry, watches, bracelets, necklaces, with the high-end Disney, gold and diamond, trinkets. They're going to do all the experiences. They're going to do all the dinner time experiences. They're going to do all the themed tours. We're talking big money here, and these folks aren't here. They're not coming into LA right now. They're not allowed into the US, and a lot of their countries won't let them travel to the United States right now. So Orlando is missing out. LA is missing out. Then there's Japan, Disney in Japan, Disney in Shanghai, Disney property in Paris. These properties are not running at full capacity, if they're running at all. And so this is billions lost every week. Every week we're talking billions of money not being generated, and some of the margins on their goodies are incredibly high, where I might get myself a t-shirt, and even then I have a tough time because they want $30 Canadian for a shirt or more. You want to buy something high end from Disney. I mean, you can buy thousands of dollars per item if you want to spend some serious money. This is costing Disney a fortune. Their margins on this stuff is incredible. Anyway, so there's that. So I'm not sure about parking. It could be that in the next 3 to 6 months, as the economic carnage is tallied up with each quarterly report that's coming out, it could well be that Disney is just going to post some really crappy numbers. And that could just keep the stock, just not performing well. So I am not sure. All right. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what else is going. Great whiteboard. Great look. Bruce is 4'10". Come on, guys. It's the camera angle. He's 4'10". Uncle Bruce, can you raise the whiteboard about a foot higher? Not really. I can't move it. I could move the camera lower, but then I cut off my noggin. You see, I do that. It's one of those, how do you do it? If I stand way back here, I can kind of fit into it. It's goofy. You're just going to have to kind of work with me on this one. I'm doing the best I can with what I have with this high technology. But just, bear with me. Uncle Bruce, you're doing great. Thank you. Good afternoon. Rabbit, how you doing? Gotta have more sextant. All it took was for that whiteboard to crush. How do you know that this whiteboard is only 4 feet tall? How do you know that? You don't know this is a 6 foot tall whiteboard. I could have special ordered this. I could have cut the feet off of this thing. You don't know because you can't see what I can see. Plus, of course, I have my titanium insert. So there you go. I love the body sway. Absolutely. The whiteboard is 6 inches too low. There you go. Oh man. It's $650 an hour for a private tour guide at Disney. A 7-hour WTG, a 7-hour minimum, and they sell out daily. Unbelievable. Yeah, there's some serious money spent by people at Disney World and Disneyland. It is truly stunning what some folks are paying versus what we consider a wonderful day out at Disney World or Disneyland is. SoFi 16.59 down 3 cents on SoFi. I've got GameStop at 190.17 down $1.21. I got ATIP at up 18 cents to 8.67. We have AMC down $1.82. We've got Gores down 14 cents to 14.75. We've got 23andMe at 10.84 now, up 21 cents. Fifth Wall up 26 cents to 11.91. We got Vector up 31 cents to 11.44. They got the Dow up 4.67. We have S&P up 49. We got NASDAQ up 138 points. That's where we're at here, coming into the last 40 minutes of the day, finishing off this week. That is what the dealio is right now. And there you have it. Wouldn't you leave BC in the winter? Yes, we're looking to do that. We're actually getting ready to leave BC, period. We're heading to Calgary, and then we're going to be nomads from there. Let's see. 23andMe files. 23andMe files to sell 280 million shares of Class A common stock for holders. Explain it to us, Brucey. No idea. I don't know if this is a brand new filing, if this just came out. I'll have to look it up and see what I can dig up about it, but I don't know anything about this story. what it means and what it's all about, and do we do the hokey pokey and move all about? I don't know what to how to interpret that. I'm sure if it's an SEC filing, it'll be out there. I'm just double checking here on my thing here. I see a registration statement, and I see an institutional statement that was done on the 30th of June. Let me see if I can pop this thing up. I'm not sure if this will come out or not. Or that way, maybe. There we go. No. Nope. Can't do that. Let's see. Let's take a look. Trying to pop this up here. 23andMe, some kind of a, it's a post-effective amendment filed pursuant. So this is actually a, looks like a filing that is just a filing of how many shares are out there. It's not that the company's going to issue stock. It might be that the company has already issued stock. Preliminary prospectus. But then again, I could be wrong. Let's see. Up to 100. Okay, hang on. This offer sale from time to time. Security prospectus up to common stock, and in conjunction with the pipe finance. Oh, this is a pipe investment. This might be just a pipe financing, finalization. That could be it right there. And the proposed offering $3 billion is, oh, it's pretty serious. This I like this. Anyway, offering per share $11.50. If they pull this off, okay, I'm guessing. This is news to me, so we're working together on this. It could be that this is an offering for stock through a pipe financing, an additional pipe financing, where they're going to issue common shares at $11.50 a share. Some at $10.08 that may already be done. Some at $10.08. Warrants going out with some kind of provision. Proposed maximum aggregate offering price would bring in $3.1 billion. This I'm going to have to read through more thoroughly, folks. I can't do it on the fly. I'm sorry. Just what I see right here. Anyway, I tell you what. If these guys are raising $3 billion, I say yeah. Good. I say very good. That could have an effect on the stock, similar to how other companies raise money and the shares really rise up because they're cash mega loaded. I like the sound of this. I know that they listed with about $800 to $900 million in cash when they completed their vend-in. So if this deal is truly happening, I'm a happy guy. I'm not at all upset at $11.50 to bring in another $288 million. Yeah, go ahead, knock yourself out. Raise cash. Cash is king, absolutely king. It is what you want to be sitting on. It could be telling me that they have got something in mind that could be of some sort of a significant acquisition, and that would be fine by me. Something is cooking. There's obviously something cooking here. Well, let's see what happens. Thank you. That's interesting, Julie. Thank you for letting me in on this. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll find out. All right. Let's go. Anything else? Move the camera back a little. We've been doing this all morning. Don't worry. We'll be doing this all afternoon. Let's see. He cut the feet clean off. Bruce, I think you're between 6 and 6'2". That's what I think you are. I don't think you're 4'8" tall. I really think that's where you're at. It's the smallest whiteboard that GameStop sells. Haha. Oh man. Sorry. I'm late. Wow. Are we having a class here? What's going on here? Wow. ATIP up 18 cents. People are happy to see that. Let's see. Here we go. I spent $5,000 at Disney, never going back. Kids have the memory locked in. Here we go. Mallow, Uncle Bruce. Hello, Uncle Bruce. Sorry if you've already answered this already. I've paid for both classes. When will I receive the link? You're going to receive, all of you have made payments to get the classes tomorrow and Sunday. You're going to receive an email with the link into the presentation about 15 to 30 minutes before class time. So about 11:30 Eastern to 11:45 Eastern, somewhere in that kind of window is when you'll probably receive an email with a link to this class, and then you can pop on in anytime in that time frame. And I'll be hanging out before we even get started, and then at noon we'll see how many of the folks are here that we're expecting, and then we'll get going with it. So there you go. We'll work it out. Let's see. If you don't get a clip, if you don't get a link by 11:45 or 11:50, if you haven't got your link yet, send me an email and say, "Hey Bruce, I haven't got my link yet. Can you check it on for me? Let me know, and then that way we'll get you figured out." All right. Let's see. What's going on here? It's a brand new filing that came out, says anti last night. It's from it's a Form S1, I think. Let's see. Caught the 23andMe filing to sell 280 million shares of Class A common shares for the holders on the fly, announced today. We got IBM at 141.88. You had me at pipe financing. 159 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Keep them coming for us. That's great stuff. Thank you all for being here, hanging out with your Uncle Bruce today in front of the whiteboard. Uncle Bruce, how many classes will it take to learn how to write calls? About 20. It's going to take you about 20 classes at 2.5 hours a class, 50 hours. But with that, you'll also learn how to cook bagels, how to enjoy a liverwurst on toasted bagels, how to toast a bagel correctly. We'll go over all kinds of travel tips on cruise ship traveling as well. You will be fully educated to handle this option writing thing from anywhere in the world. So you just stay with me. 20 classes from now, you're gonna get her done. You're gonna be good. Chandler, don't worry about it. You'll get the hang of it pretty quickly. It's not gonna be a big deal. But there's lots to learn, so we'll see what you want to do. Anyway, there you go. Sorry if this was already asked, says yippee-ki-yay. Sorry if this was already asked. Do you have to attend both classes because the content is built upon the next class's session? Can I get on the wait list, please? There you go. How do I answer this? Let's put it this way. Every time you watch me live, you're learning more about the market, probably. If you started watching me live in January and then in February and in March, you began to pick up more info about the markets and how the markets work and what, bids and asks and last trades and takeovers and all the questions I get asked. And this has been building and building and building. And a number of you here have been with me now for 5 months. And we're talking about stuff now that I couldn't have talked to you about back in February, because you would have looked at me going, I don't know what that means. What are you talking about? But because you've been with me week after week, month after month, building up more and more knowledge about the markets, and as each day goes by, we see more stuff happening in the markets that I can talk to you about and, watch with you as we go through these days. We're up 460 points today, for example. You just get that much more comfortable with the terminology and what's been happening. The same thing with these classes. You don't have to watch every class in sequence, but if you watch the second class on Sunday, and now you're curious about, well, what did he talk about on the first class? I have good news. You can watch the first class going to the website anytime you want. You can just pick it up there and watch the first class in a condensed format. And then there you go. You got the first. You already have had access to the condensed class on the second class, because all of you who are students on my live shows automatically get a link to the condensed versions. And so if you're watching 1 and 2 live, you're going to get 1 and 2 condensed that you can watch anytime you want going forward. So if in 4 or 5 weeks from now you come back from a vacation or you've missed a few weeks of my shows, you just have to go to the website and catch up if you want at your leisure, if that's what you want to do. Pretty simple, but you'll find that even if you join my 6th class or my 8th class, it'll be about a totally different topic. It might be about takeover, how takeovers work, or how the details of day trading, and all this kind of stuff. How to become self-employed and be a at-home full-time trader rather than be an employee of a firm. We'll go down all these roads, and you can watch whatever one you want whenever you want, and you'll be fine. Okay, hope that helps. 4 inches long, 4'8". That's a lot of dog. Thanks for the news. Indeed. Let's go here, Bruce. Remember your recent outing to Cranbrook and how tired your legs felt the next day? Don't wear yourself out before you have to do the classes this weekend. Yeah, I might have to be in an easy chair here tomorrow. and just kind of looking at you like this. I'll just be lying in an easy chair going, hey, everybody, how you doing? Here's what I think we should be doing here. I'll do the best I can. We're on adrenaline. I'm sure we'll be all right. I'll sleep later. Bruce, are you in a closet right now? Where are you right now? I'm in the edge of my living room here, and I'm in front of the whiteboard, and we're moving like, oh, we're having fun. It's going to be great. Can't wait. Let's see here. B. Castle. Hey, Uncle Bruce. I'm sitting here dreaming about my massive capital gains I'm about to make, and a question came to mind. When you exercise a call option that is in the money, is that a realized gain for taxes? Well, if you exercise a call option that is in the money, you acquire the call at the price of the contract, the exercise price. Let's say that's $5 below the market, just suppose. But if you paid $3 for the contract in the first place, then you didn't get a $5 discount. You got a $5 discount on the buying of the stock, but you had to pay a $3 premium to get it. You have a $2 capital gain factored at that moment. Now, until you sell the stock, you don't have a capital gain to lock in because you purchased the stock along with the contract to lock in that price, whatever that price is. Now you hold the stock, and if you sell it someday down the road at a profit, you've got a capital gain situation, most likely. One way to avoid a capital gain on the stock is if you are up nicely on your stock, you start writing options on your stock, and you bring in income from option premiums. And again, your accountant, your tax person will help you to figure out whether those are capital gains from option transactions. Because remember, writing a call doesn't mean you've made the money. It's when you close out the position that you know whether you made or lost money. Did you sell the call at $8 and buy it back at $4? You've made a $4 gain. Did you sell the call at $8 and it expired worthless? You've locked in all $8. But the next contract you write is you write it at 10 and buy it at 6. You made $4 on that one. And the next one you wrote at 10, but the stock went up and you bought it back at 13. You lost $3 on that one. You've got gains and losses and gains and gains and losses. At the end of the year, it's all figured out. The final figures are put together, and then you can do your taxes from there. And that's why you need a tax professional for your own situation. That's something I can't help you with. The hope I have for all of you is that you're making so much ungodly money on this market that you're making just zillions and zillions of dollars that you've never made before. You're going to have to hire a professional to help you figure it all out. Believe me, they're very affordable when you've made zillions and zillions of dollars. They're very affordable, and they do a very good job to get you the best write-offs. Don't forget, you're making a lot of money trading stock. You may have legitimate write-offs over and above just profits and losses on the stock situation. You might be able to write off other expenses that you are incurring to do what it is you're doing, depending on how much of this you are doing. This is why you need to talk to a professional. There you go. All right, points off for handwriting. There you go. Laughing out loud. Bruce is a mountain of a man. I like it when Bruce calls people a punk. Well, I'm allowed to do that. I'm old. I'm allowed to do that. Glenn Beck started with only one board. Oh, man, I hope you won't be handing out grades because I can't handle an F, man. Look out. He's got the whiteboard. Watch out. Oh, no, this is going to be fun. Let's see. Extremely long lines at Wells Fargo today, but it's also Friday. 23andMe, $10.85 a share, up 22 cents right now. Gore's down 26 cents at $14.63. ATIP, $8.71, up 22 cents today. That is the high of the day for ATIP right now, $8.71. We got GameStop down 77 cents. We've got SOFI at $16.64, plus 2 cents on the day. We got 26 minutes to go. In our market, the Dow is up 461, S&P up 48, NASDAQ up 132. We've got a good market going here, to say the least. Chandler Labs, Uncle Bruce Level Up, thank you. Kind of set myself up for that one. Liververse, new. Been a week since I watched Bruce. Had no idea I'd log in today to see I'm in the middle of a class. I had no idea. Watch out. What can I say? Is the record player and Oyoko safely out of range? They're just over here. The TV's just right over there too. Not that far away. A quarter of your head is cut off, Bruce. Well, like I said, I'm still working on the. I was thinking I could do this. Just hi everybody, and then I also thought I could just come on in and just give you the old yap or saying, hey everybody, it's time to pick up some options. Then you can see how I haven't shaved all day today. I didn't want to do that. Anyway, we'll do what we can. The whiteboard is intimidating me. Flashbacks to corporate finance class if I were as if I'm in NAM. Scary stuff. What can I say? Behave yourselves. Here we go. Eddie, 20 classes at $150. 3,000 US dollars. That's a lot of dong. That's true. That is true. But of course, if you buy 10 call contracts at $1 and you sell them at $5, you've made $4,000, and that's even more dong. So learn how to do that, and you're on your way. Bruce keeps teasing out the corners of the fireplace. We get the right side of his cam and just the left edge of the desk. It's just like watching Jen's hand. There's little things he keeps. He gives us a little this, a little that, but then he doesn't give us everything. I'm a teaser. Joe, I assume we can order one of those whiteboards from RedBubble. I should produce one and then autograph it for you and then sell autographed boards. Yeah, sure. Okay. The registrant is also registering additional shares of Class A common stock that may become issuable by a result of any stock dividend, stock split, recapitalization, or other similar transactions. There you go. Uncle Bruce needs a lot of money to be a nomad. You got that right. I'm going to be traveling. Uncle Bruce, don't stand back. I saw that banana hammock over there. Wally, can I go to the bathroom? This diaper is getting heavy right now. Julie, sounds like a lot of great sassy classes. Love it. Oh, man. Will you allow credit card payment too? Yes, apparently the button that you will see on the website will have that PayPal logo, and apparently you can use credit cards. So yes, you'll be able to do that. They're very accommodating, apparently. Never mind, they took it off. I'm out there, Jerry, and I'm loving every minute of it. That's right. There's only a thin layer of gabardine between you and me. Yes, indeed. The diapers are coming off. Oh no. Free thinker, I've learned an insane amount from you, Uncle Bruce. I'll take what you give me and research more. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. My pleasure. Hoping it helps all of you get richer out there. That's what we want. I want you folks to get rich. Alrighty. Let's see. You can attach a credit card to PayPal. Yes, you can. Looks like some Yoko dancing going on, moving and grooving. Here we go. Some more comments. Anti-PC stock that may be issued upon exercise of outstanding warrants issued in a private placement concurrently with the registrate's IPO following the public resale of the public placement warrants. That's what we're talking about there. Uncle Bruce Danson, I got some oldie vibes. I finally bought SAVA today, and then it tanks. Oh, no. I wish I could make zillions and zillions. Right now, I'm trading in hundreds of pennies that I have. Dave, Bruce, that whiteboard needs more red, laughing out loud. Bruce, I renovate RVs, by the way. There you go. Bruce, is there another lockup expiring the end of July for SOFI? Don't have that information handy here. If any of you have seen anything like that, you can let me know, but I'm not aware of that. Pick a comb. Now I wonder if the classes can cost as a business write-off. I'm confused. Uncle Bruce should have seen the lines for EV charging in California this past week, and you should have seen it. How many cars were lined up for getting charged up? That's interesting. Michael, I forgot to thank you, Bruce, for keeping Apple in check and allowing my calls to expire. Worthless. All right, Gerhard. Hi, Mike. If your credit card is from Germany and you live in the Caribbean, so it depends if you're depending on where you are. Do you want to purchase the videos? It depends where you are. Some PayPal transactions may or may not work on all cases. I'm just saying. All right, let's go. Bruce, can you do a little dap for us? It's like this thing. I don't know quite what that means. Yippee-ki-yay, day down for down markets and green market for zillions and zillions. This is so much fun. Gerhard, I see. I'm not sure then. Sorry. I can only imagine what your living room looks like, Uncle Bruce. It's becoming a big fat mess because Jen is going through all of our stuff, and we have decades of stuff, and we are eliminating many things to many different locations, and a few things will end up in storage, but not too many. And so around the house, more and more boxes are appearing. labeled boxes are appearing, and through the summer, more and more boxes will begin to disappear as well, and eventually this house will be close to empty as we leave it, and sell it off and move on. But yeah, nomad life coming up for yours truly. For those of us, take the stilts off, take off the stilts. Having the whiteboard is definitely a lot better. Let's see. Here you go. If you're late, rewind to the beginning, play at 1.5 speed till you catch up. It's easy to understand. You need red and green markers, Bruce. You can't just have black. You need red. Well, we have red here. And then we have we got blue here. Okay. Yeah. And then what else have I got here? Did I have anything else? Ooh, look at this. Oh my gosh. And we've got green here. Oh, look out. There goes the board. Green, baby. Hang on. Come on, man. Come on. Cooperate with me. We got green right here. But the man can't write, so you're going to have to hang on there for me. Yeah, we got them all. They're all here. We'll be able to do the whole darn thing, and we'll have fun. Thank you, everybody, for popping in, hanging out with Uncle Bruce in the classroom as we get ready to light it up. It's going to be fun till Daddy takes the T-bird away. I got to tell you that right now. Just making sure I've got adjustments to continue to make here about little things. Lighting, reflection, whatever. We're working on it. You seem jacked today. Well, how can I not be jacked? I'm with the greatest viewers YouTube has got, and we got an update going on the markets. 455-point gain on the Dow. We've got S&P up 48. We have NASDAQ up 131. Pretty good stuff. 1652, unfortunately, on SOFI, down 11 cents. We've got GameStop down 78 cents, kind of trying to come up here. ATIP up 16 to 866. AMC's down 164. Gore's down 19 to 1470. We got 23andMe at 1090, up 27 cents. We got Fifth Wall Acquisition up 29 cents to 1194. We got a Vector up 34 to 1147. So we got a mixed result here today on the markets as we're powering along here. We've got IBM right now up $1.10 to 141.84. The high of the day, 141.98 today. So a very good day for IBM. Hopefully this will continue into next week. Can't see why it wouldn't, but those of you who picked up some of these call options that I was mentioning a couple of days ago, 3-4 days ago, you should be a little better now than the $137 level we were at not too long ago. This is definitely an improvement for IBM. The Dow up 448, still off the record high, but getting closer, moving in on it. That's what we're seeing right here, right now. Oh, man. So I'm excited. I'm stoked. What can I say? Stupid question from Perry Page. Hey, I'm currently looking at the level 2 order book data on SOFI as it flirts with green and red. Lots of orders in increments of 100 on both ends. Could that be calls and puts executing? I'm not sure if it's calls and puts executing or if it's just open limit buy orders at certain prices and not. I honestly don't, I can't tell you. I mean, I don't think though that the options exercising have anything to do with it today. I really don't. I think that if market makers out of Chicago or any firms are looking to exercise contracts, puts or calls, they're done during the day. They're uneventful, not going to affect much in the way the markets that I can really see. This level 2 stuff. Yeah, I really can't say for sure. Traders, guys who are professional, guys and girls, professional day traders can probably get into this stuff for you, but the answer might be really boring for you, and you might not be happy with what you hear on the actual reason why. It's just it might be just a bunch of odds and ends that haven't been cleaned up by the administrator of the website or of the board or what have you. I don't really know. Anyway, that's it. Let's see. The class is going to be tax deductible. Well, again, it depends on your situation. If you're if you're a private individual and you're just watching these classes, you may or may not be able to write them off. You're going to have to talk to your tax professional about that. I don't issue tax receipts. I am asking for donations through PayPal for you to hang out with me, and I happen to call them classes. So there you go. Hey, Bruce, Michael. Hey, Bruce. With my August 20th IBM 140 calls, I also bought some 145s on the cheap. I'm up now on the 145s, but do you think I should wait until the end of July to see where it's at? You've got August 20th, so you've got time. Yeah, you can wait. You can definitely go another week or two without any real issues here. You can go probably another 3 weeks and just see what this market can give you. If these shares take a little pop here, they go into this 144 range, 145 range, and you're triple or quadruple your money on your contracts on the 45s, take your exit and get out. The 140s, you're just making money every time it pops up, and I'm happy for you, and I'm glad to see it. 141.73 is where you're at right now. Beautiful job. Did people ever place the wrong stock order because you're handwriting? No, I didn't write on a whiteboard. So no, we were okay there. I just got I just got here. What the face is happening? SOFI may have support at today's low. Why is SOFI tanking? What did I do? Is it me? Yes, it's you. It's all about you. You're probably wearing the wrong pair of socks today, and that's causing the market to just tank, or you're not wearing socks at all, and that did it. I don't know. 1656 down 7 cents right now. Let's see. Bruce is the Carl Sagan of stonks. Zillions and zillions. When are you guys planning on leaving? We're plotting to be out of here by the end of September. That's sort of the plot line, and we'll be in Calgary in late September, early October. And then we'll be out of Calgary by late October, and we will be in California, and Arizona to start, and then California into November, and then we're hoping to spend some winter time down south, and that will be determined as we kind of go forward. We don't yet have exact locations for exact times because we're going to be nomads. We're going to be driving the car south with our stuff, a couple of suitcases and a couple of carry-ons, and a few little items that will stay in the car when we're flying, and then we will spend winter in the U.S. and or on cruise ships in various states. We'll be looking to do meet and greets with some of you guys, depending on where we are. We'll let everybody know where we are and what we're doing. And see if we can do some cruising. And then next spring, back to Canada. And from there, we might be out of the country in Europe for a bunch of the summer next year. We'll let you know about that. For those of you who are planning a European vacation, or those of you who are in Europe, we'll let you know where and when we're going to be what, and whether we're doing a river cruise or a couple of other cruises as well, some land travel, meet and greet opportunities. In the meantime, the entire time we're on the road, I'm doing this from wherever we are. It's how it's going to go, and we will be on top of the markets from wherever I happen to be at. It's kind of simple. In a way, it's simple, and in a way, it's complicated. And then next fall, we head south again, and so we'll be, spending time in Canada, the U.S., Europe, maybe eventually Australia, some Asia. We'll let you know when we know, and away we go. Oh, I'm excited. You know what? You appear smaller in this view. Is the 4'8" still accurate? Well, like when I hold a fish closer to the camera to make it look bigger, a trick I learned from a wise feller one time. Well, the further back I go, the smaller I can be, and there's all kinds of tricks that we can use, on the camera, distancing and depth perception and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, I can do the extreme close-ups where I can just come right in on you and say, "Hey, how's it going? What's happening out there? Are you doing all right? How am I looking on your 75-inch television? Am I okay? How's my glaucoma doing?" But in the meantime, cheers, everybody. Thank you for being here with me today, having fun. Fun at the OK Corral. We have got, 11 minutes left to go in the day. That's it, 11 minutes. Well, 12 minutes, 30 seconds, I guess, if I'm looking at CNBC. And that's assuming CNBC is right up to speed here. No, it is not up to speed. We are at 11 minutes and 7 seconds left to go. We've got a 454-point gain. We got a 48-point gain on S&P, NASDAQ 136, the Dow up 452. Oil down up $1.71 to 74.65 today. Oil had a good day today, but didn't make up for all the losses it had this week. Only green markers, please. That's what Dougie wants. Let's go, Uncle Bruce. The hype is real. Whiteboard with all the colors. Buy Y-tip markers. Let's see here. Maybe just thicker felt markers might be the way, or right on an angle, perhaps. Let's see. Anyone still a fan of the light glow in the background? Either the glasses, whiteboard. You see, there's that glare right there. If I do that, you don't see any glare like that. If I do that, you see, if I do that, I can drive you nuts. You see. Anyway, so. Draw a cup and handle, Bruce. Espresso shots. Branson heading to suborbital space on Sunday. Let's see here. What else is going on? I have a feeling your first class is going to be a little longer than you think. Uncle the Bruce, can you Matterport your living room? I got shares in that company. When your options are written for October the 15th, November 19th, December 17th, and January 21st, are they all blood red? All I can do is bide my time and wait for the rocket to go to the moon. Well, it won't take much. Can you draw a smiley face? When your options are written, all I can do is bide my time and wait for the Martians. I hear you, Dave. Uncle Bruce, are you going to eat your bagel standing too? Did I say that every class, every show that I'll be doing is going to be in front of this from now on? Did I say that? I don't recall saying that. This is one of these specials. This is one of those, one of these one-offs maybe. I don't think I'll be doing this every show. I kind of like sitting down. What can I say? Fun fact. Top of Bruce's dry board is actually 4 feet 5 inches tall. That's how tall this is right here, and Bruce is just over top of it. So there's a fun fact for you right there. Anyway, Uncle Bruce, what is the one question you always wanted us to ask you, but we've never asked you? See, there's I haven't thought of that. I've been so busy. I'm so busy being on my feet and working away here. I have never thought to even think about any of that. I don't know. I'll think about that. If I come up with something to let you know. GameStop just went positive. It's up 12 cents to 191.50 with 8 minutes in the day. ATIP 861 up 12 cents. SOFI still down 11 cents at 16.52. We've got Gores down 18 cents at 14.71. We have 23andMe at 10.88 up 24 cents. Fifth Wall up 31 cents. Vector up 31 cents. Navsite unchanged. Starboard down 2 pennies. IBM coming into the last of the day up 79 cents, 141.53. And we'll see if it has any kind of a late surge today like it did yesterday, because it did have a pop at the end of the day yesterday. Alrighty, 46.99%, 46.69% floated short, laughing out loud. SOFI gonna fly so high. That'll be interesting. Ryan, hey, Uncle Bruce, I feel from my research that the people abandoning ship were looking for a quick upswing. What are your thoughts? I'm not sure about that. Uncle Bruce, I picked up another 100 SOFI today, scooping them and stealing them. We need more Uncle Bruce merchandise a la Spaceballs. Uncle Bruce the hat, Uncle Bruce the whiteboard, and Uncle Bruce the flamethrower, my personal favorite. Yes, take care of any zombies coming around the house. Tony, SOFI is a bank stock. They're all crashing, and it has nothing to do with inflation. There you go. The people abandoning HIP makes me want to buy more. Honestly, this all sounds awesome. Can we get tickets to the Uncle Bruce traveling show? How do we continue with this channel? Colin or Awesome Even. Awesome, yes, Awesome Even. I got spare room in Colorado if you want to crash here a little bit. You've got ambitious plans. Indeed, we do. Colorado here also. I'm in Europe. Wait on me. I might have missed the specifics regarding the class. What time is the class? And the alert is being sent out 10 minutes prior, but 15 to 30 minutes prior, and it's noon Eastern time. New York time, noon. That's when we start the show. The class should be fun. GameStop 191.05 down a little bit again. Just teasing us. It's just teasing us. GameStop 191.09 down 29 cents. SoFi down 13 cents. ATIP. Thank you, Scott, so much, my friend. Thank you, Scott. Have a good one in the UK. AMC down 161. ATIP up 11 at 860. We got Gores down 19, down 17 cents at 1472. We got 23andMe at 1090 now, up 27 cents. The Dow up 453 with 3 minutes to go. We've got S&P up 48. We've got NASDAQ up 139 points. Actually, it's 5 minutes, 40-something seconds, they claim, left in the day. I'm not sure if my TV's accurate or not. And IBM at 146 would be really nice by next Friday. That would be beautiful. Wow, new environment. I feel so off. Bruce, draw us something. There is a lot of Form 3 showing up in the news of ME. Have you gone over this yet? We did talk about this at the beginning of the show a little bit. There was a filing today. We're watching for that. We're going to be digging into this a little bit more to see exactly what this all means. VACQ 1147, GameStop green again. Not yet. Maybe it was earlier. VACQ up 34 cents to 1147. Fifth the wall up 31, and 23andMe at 1093. That's the high of the day for 23andMe coming into the close. That's the high of the day. Yoo-hoo-hoo. All righty, keep it running. I'd like to hear that this company could be absolutely cash rich. That's what I want to hear. I want to know and hear that 23andMe will be cash rich. It's like GameStop or better, SoFi, cash rich. This is what I want to know. This is what I want to see. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it like pizza in my wallet. I like it. Thanks, Steve. Okay. Will SoFi end above 1650? The suspense is killing me. Looks like Bruce had a jazz cigarette. Oh man. You know what, Uncle Bruce, these classes are worth it just for the liververse tips. Just that alone is what it's all about here. IBM, a little dip at the end for sure. 141.52, still up 78 cents. Went from that 141.98 range down to 141.50. We're coming into the last 3 minutes on the day. We'll see if the IBM has any kind of a recovery. It can do it, but we don't know if it will. 1648 on SoFi, down 14 cents. 190.50 on GameStop, down 88 cents. Sharpies work best. GameStop is mooning. I got so nervous, I bought 5 more shares at 189.69. Let's see. Bruce, when you travel to Europe, will you be live on YouTube dancing like Clark Griswold during Oktoberfest? I hadn't thought of that. I have 61 call contracts expiring mid-November or later. Also own shares of GameStop, ME, SoFi, and all the SPACs. Currently red on all of them, but not sweating it. Our time will come, and it will be glorious. What sounds better to you, Uncle Bruce? ATIP calls expiring February 22, $10 for 183, or 12.50s at $1.25. Grab the 10s. Grab the 10s. Let's see. GameStop, yeah, 1.43 million. So quiet. Pizza in my wallet. A bit messy, eh? That is a quote from Multiplicity. I love that movie, Multiplicity, with the versions of Michael Keaton. We're at 1094 on ME, 23andMe. That's up 31 cents. We're coming into the last 2 minutes, 45 seconds. 23andMe now 1095, up 32. ATIP 862. SoFi 1646, down 16. GameStop down 86 cents on the day. So there you have it. The Dow up 452, S&P up 48, NASDAQ up 141. So NASDAQ will have a new record close. S&P is going to have a new record high close. The Dow will be within 100 and something points, 120, 130 points away from a record close. That could mean an interesting Monday as the Dow starts flirting with new all-time record highs. Don't be surprised if it does it, and don't be surprised if it goes through it by 300 or 400 points. It just surges through it. It could happen. Do not be surprised. What's with the SoFi dipping? What's with that? 1646 down 16 cents. That's where you're at, kids. That's the way it is today. IBM 141.36, still up 62 cents, but off the highs of 141.98. Just to kind of tease us. And, make sure we don't get too full of our britches, I suppose. SoFi, 1646. We have a 53-cent drop on GameStop at 190.86. And we're coming in to the 1 minute, 30-second mark now for the close. What is going to happen? Euro trip with Uncle Bruce, I picked up another $10 ATIP call for November at 125. Felt negligent with not picking up at least one at these prices. Good job. Never boring with Uncle Bruce. Love it. We're having some fun now with the 2 million some new shares of EMI coming in. Should we expect to be on sale anytime soon? Maybe not. The company is going to be sitting on hundreds of millions of more dollars. There's a deal brewing. There's something brewing on ME, and that could make this go much higher. 1094 to 1096. We're coming into the last 57 seconds on the Dow on the day. Let's see what's going on. European vacation. Russ got to make out with that hot German chick at Oktoberfest. I don't think Jennifer Aniston's going to let me do anything like that. My Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife, I don't need to make out with anybody else. When you got a Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife, what else do you want? I mean, come on. What can I say? Hi, Uncle Bruce. Is it possible to square up the whiteboard with that camera angle? Driving you nuts, isn't it? It's just driving you crazy, isn't it? It's just driving you crazy. That's on purpose. It's on purpose to drive you crazy. 1094 on ME, up 31 cents. GameStop down 43 cents. We're ringing the bell right now. This is it. The bell is ringing. We're done. The day, the week is over. We're finito. We don't want no more. We're finished here for the day. Okay, the Dow is shutting her down. 3, 2, 1. The market is closed. Here goes the hammer. Boom. That's it. We're done. The Dow closed up 438. S&P up 47. NASDAQ up 138. A good day on the markets today. SOFI looks like it's going to peter out at 16.45 to lose 17 cents, which is almost at the low of the day, believe it or not. After all the running around it did, it hit a high of 17.30 today and gave it all back to make us all just hate this thing. But what are you going to do? It is what it is. It's doing what it's doing on volume of 17 million today. GameStop 191.10 looks like the last trade, down 28 cents for the day on GameStop. ATIP 859 up a dime. AMC lost 176 to 46.18. Gores lost 20 cents. 23andMe 1096, getting stronger as the day was ending. Only 839,000 shares traded. Not a lot of volume on 23andMe, and yet 23andMe gained strength in the afternoon after we found out about the filing. Fifth Wall up 30 cents. Vector up 32. Navsite unchanged. Starboard down 3 cents. On IBM, the final quote on IBM closed out at 141.44 to gain 70 cents on the day, and it's now on the aftermarket 141.98, up 54 cents. It's up 50 cents in the aftermarket, but I'm not sure if that's going to hold or not. Anyway, we'll watch for that. That's what it's doing. There you have it, 447 gain on the Dow today. Not quite a record, but definitely a new record for the S&P and a new record for NASDAQ. Both new all-time high records. Oil up 166 on the day, and there you have it. There's our day. What can I say? I'll drink to that. Bottoms up, says Ilian. Cheers to all of you from Stock Markets with Bruce here in Creston, British Columbia. Oh yeah. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're going to have a great weekend this weekend. Feels good. Vapor Rub is saying that IBM today announced plans to acquire Boxboat Technologies, a premier DevOps consultancy delivering complex cloud consulting projects, including advising many Fortune 100 and government clients. I don't understand this stuff, but it sounds so good. Can always throw some crates and books under the feet to raise the board about a foot or so. Bring on the damn it, Yoko. Bring on Yoko. Love IBM news. Thank you. Laughing out, Peter. Uncle Bruce, you got to have props like Jim Cramer. How about your easy button? You should be doing that. You know, where's that easy button of yours? Where is it?
That was easy.
Where?
That was easy.
Where is it?
That was easy.
I think I got it handy. I'm not really going to do the Kramer thing. What's that? Bacon libation hour a few hours ago. I began libation a few hours ago. Okay, where's the mic? Where is the microphone? Well, it's built into the computer. What can I say? I hope you can hear me okay. Hope I'm coming across all right. Understand what I'm saying. Not that I understand what I'm saying, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. Thank you one and all for being here today. SOFI 1645 and it's 1644 in the aftermarket. GameStop 191.10, 190.88 in the aftermarket. ATIP closed at 860. Nothing in the aftermarket going on. 23andMe closed at 1096. No aftermarket trading yet. Over to the IBM. Let's see what it's doing now. I'm sure it's moderated by now. 141.59, up 15 cents on IBM in the aftermarket. High today, 141.98. So good sign. We were at 137 something yesterday. Now we're at the almost 142 today on IBM. Very good. I'm right here, says Michael. How you doing, buddy? LB, loud and clear. You're good, Uncle Bruce. We can understand you. We just don't trust you. And I understand what you're saying, but I don't trust what you're saying. Yes, I believe you, but I don't trust you. There you go. Aha, says JC. Island Girl, Uncle Bruce, think you will do any meet and greets when you move to Calgary? Hadn't thought of that because I don't know how many viewers I have in Calgary. I really don't know if I have any. I know of one. I've done a private meet and greet. I had one viewer reach out to me for traveling with Bruce, but I don't know if I have any that many viewers in Calgary. Island Girl, how many do you think I got? AB DevOps is basically how to manage IT such that updates to software are continuous. Mailing someone some floppy disks every few months is a thing of the past. I'm glad IBM caught up. I kid. I just kid. Any Canadian tours? Nothing plotted yet officially. Jen definitely wants to do a visit to the Maritimes. She would really like it if we could figure out a way to get to Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, PEI, Newfoundland, the whole enchilada is what we're thinking about. Alien SOFI earnings per share estimates for 2023 to become profitable. What about if it becomes profitable this year? How will that affect the price? Yeah, I mean, that would help. But I think what the street is really after for SOFI, they want to see the growth curve. They want to see how many customers they're going to sign up. That's the big number for the market, I think, because the market is going to anticipate how much money they can generate per customer going forward down the road a few years. But the number one thing is to become a large player. There's nothing wrong with being a profitable company with a small number of customers, but it would really convince Wall Street to go goo goo gaga over this company if they were to add millions and millions of customers to their platform, and then they can generate money from those folks going forward. They can really see the dollars piling up. So we'll keep an eye on for that. Cheap flights from Vancouver to Calgary. Apparently there are. Yippee-ki-yay, Uncle Bruce. The whiteboard and markers look great. Everyone just adjust your computer screens by lifting it to the right angle. All you need. Not me, the Merlot's talking. Cheers, Jeff G. Tomorrow. En Vita Italia. John Van. I'll be back for trivia. Got to get car clean. Family coming in from Pittsburgh right on. We are doing trivia tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern time, right here, and on Traveling with Bruce for members only. Doing a dual live telecast show on both channels simultaneously. I got trivia ready to go. It's all lined up. I'm ready to fire it up at 7 o'clock Eastern. So come on by and enjoy. Mike, everyone make a SOFI account. It benefits us all. Everyone make a SOFI account. You can do it online. You can do it on your phone. How handy is that? Pretty good stuff. We are looking forward to for good days ahead regarding SOFI and others for sure. Oh, yes. Can't wait for tomorrow. I've got 2 private sessions and the class tomorrow, and Sunday, the same thing, 2 private sessions and the class on Sunday. It's going to be busy around here this weekend, getting these live shows edited and then posted on the website. That's all brand new, figuring all that out. And then here we go on Monday. We'll start Monday off as usual with 2 live shows on this channel, 2 live shows on the other channel, and probably upload a video over there as well. And just another Monday, 5 things to do. So the next 3 days, kind of hectic around here, but that's what we do. Trying to figure out ways to help you guys figure out how to get richer. It's what it's all about. Colin, Bruce, can you draw us a picture on your board? Something like a dinosaur or a ninja. Is there any, I mean, is this a class? Is it? Have you paid to be here? Well, you've kind of paid to be here, but you're not really paid. Never mind. I like the idea that SOFI is targeting the students. Once signed with a bank, you don't change that off. And after 10 years, those people will get mortgages and other stuff from them, cars. Yeah, you betcha. Oh yeah, there's going to be these guys are sharp. They know what they're doing. Or a dinosaur ninja. I have a SOFI account and only hold SOFI in it. Other things in Fidelity and Webull right now, having been active in a while. But I've been listening. Casey Ayala, how you doing, Casey? Welcome and thank you for being here. We have a lot of females that join me, a lot of gals who are here on this channel. I really appreciate the female viewers that watch this show, watch my daily live. Jennifer, of course, loves the fact that this channel attracts female viewers. This is a male-dominated world when it comes to finance, and so you gals are more than welcome to be part of this channel. Love it when you become members as well. Remember, if you're a member of this channel, you will get alerts from time to time from me through this system, through YouTube, for members only. I will do stock alerts from time to time. I will do, of course, class alerts. Next week's classes will be announced on Sunday night, probably, for next week's 2 classes. That alert will go to members only Sunday night, giving you all night Sunday and all day Monday to register for the classes next weekend. We'll get your expressions of interest. We'll send you the invites and get you set up for that. That gives you the head start right there. And those of you who are just subscribers and or just casual watchers, you have to wait till Tuesday for any invites if there are any slots left to get. Otherwise, just keep an eye on the website and pick up these classes through the edited versions if you like. Again, thank you, all of you, for your support, being here and following us. This is good stuff. My IBM option expires on the 6th of August. How close can I get to expiry before selling to be safe? Well, it all depends on whether you're in the money, out of the money, and how much premium you have. If your contract has $1 in book value, but it has $2 in premium, you're going to lose that $2 in premium as time goes by. So be aware of that. Sometimes premium can really make the difference between a gain and a loss. But on the other hand, if IBM has a good week, Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday next week, and it pops into this 143, 144 range, that might right there be a really nice gain for you to just take the money off the table and say, thank you, Uncle Bruce. I'll move on. May I have another? Why does Casey have a beard? I don't know. I love you, Bruce, but I'm not a female. Casey, it's okay. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm just kind of speaking in generalities. The student loan process in America is slow and takes months. If SOFI can disperse funds in a matter of hours or even days, that would be a massive improvement. Manchurian ramen will be hurting. David, with Jen being a broker in the 80s, she should be considered a trailblazer. There weren't that many female brokers back in the day. I remember the first firm I worked with, there were no female brokers, but in the second firm, I was a partner in the second firm I worked with, and we hired, my partner and I, one gal as a female broker. We trained her. She was a rookie. We trained her to become a broker. She became a broker. We had a second gal that we trained to be the head of the cage, and she went on to do very well in her career. Third firm I was with, we didn't have any female brokers, but the fourth firm, there were a couple there, and they did well. They did very well. But they were made of a certain cloth. They had a certain way about them. And then when I went back to my former firm that I used to be involved with, became the branch manager and VP, I had, I think, 3 female brokers. I had Jennifer and 2 others. And had I been there longer, I would have had more. I would have definitely had more. I would have gone to probably 5 or 10 of them if I could have. If I had had my chance to run that firm the way I wanted to, which I didn't have. Plus, of course, circumstances changed in any event. But had I got to about 30, 35, I would have had at least a third be female brokers. And I think we would have really been trailblazers in the industry in Canada. And we would have received a lot of press from magazines and newspapers because of how unique our firm would have been perceived with female representatives. But I'll tell you, Jen had no trouble attracting clients. She was attracting female clients. A lot of the female clients out there did not care to open a brokerage account with very aggressive male trading stockbrokers. They just didn't want to be in that. They just didn't feel comfortable. And I could smell it. I could tell that if your firm was catering to the female clientele, that was half the half the wealth in the country. How many women were widowed, widows, and how many were single or divorced, who got divorce settlements and now had to handle this money in their families? It was serious stuff, and that was a huge business that I would have gone after had I still been in the business at that time. Let's see. Uncle Bruce's brain is going a mile a minute at 1.6 kilometers a minute. That's a lot of dong. Motley Fool guy starts discovering SOFI in the last couple of days and come up with awesome articles, but Uncle Bruce told us about it months ago. Thanks, Uncle B. Maybe they found my videos. They've been watching my videos for the last couple of days that I did a few months ago, and they're now writing articles about it. Have you thought of that? Maybe that's where they're getting their inspiration from. I never know. Hard to tell nowadays. Could the COVID lockdowns, you all know. Dara Green, thank you for becoming a new member of this channel. Fantastic. Casey, British Shilling can't make assumptions nowadays. Cheers. Laugh out loud and hey from British Shilling. Sheepy, are there any gender differences in how your brokers approached investing? Oh, man. Well, Jennifer, she would hear the stories from me every day when I came home from work in the brokerage community, because she would say to me, what happened in your office today? Because she was working at the Calgary Real Estate Board when we first moved in together in Calgary, when we first moved out, and her stories were boring because it's the same old at the Real Estate Board. But in my office, with the brokerage firm I was with, I mean, we had every kind of character you could imagine. It's like watching an episode of Cheers. You had different kinds of personalities and from all backgrounds and stuff. And then of course the customers were always different, and every day the market was different. So she would be fascinated with the stories that I would come up with every day, and the kind of investments we were following, and the hot stock of the month or the week or the fresh flavor of the day, whatever it was. So she was really fascinated by that. But when she became a broker herself, she was a cautious person. She wasn't a reckless, chase any hot rumor and try to buy stock kind of person. But she did have clients who would say to her, if you come up with a hot tip, you just give me a call. I'm in. I always love chasing a hot tip, because she would have clients who would say, I'll throw $2,000 at that. Throw $2,000 at that. Oh yeah, let's throw $2,000 at that. She had the gamblers too. But she would also talk to them about their long-term investment goals, especially zooming in on their retirement objectives. But had we been in that firm, longer down the road, like I say, if I had been the manager and VP for Alberta with that company a few years longer, we would have had more brokers, and we would have had, in total, we would definitely have more female brokers. And I was already angling my branch away from the hot stock deals, like the flavor of the day stocks, more towards long-term retirement investing objectives. The kind of business where I could say to my brokers, you don't have to worry about a bad day on the market today to wipe you out or wipe out half of your clients with $10,000 each. We're going to do business here where you can survive the bad days and thrive, because you're going to have clients of yours who are going to relax and not be so tense on down days and down weeks and down months, like at other firms where they're panicking. We're not going to have that issue, and we're not going to have a scenario where, after a bad couple of months, a couple of brokers have to leave the firm because they just blew their customers' wealth out the door and they have no credibility with their clientele anymore. We're going to build a long-term relationship with your clients, and you're going to get to, build your book. That was where it was headed, and that's where I was really looking to go. But other things came in the way. Just signing in to watch. Bruce, were you shrunk like Mike TV and Willy Wonka, and you're in front of a refrigerator, grocery list, whiteboard, a 3-foot, 8-foot knowledge, fountain of knowledge? Looking good there, Teach. That's right. I'm the 4'8" guy in front of a 4-foot, 6-inch high whiteboard. There you go. I'd like a mentorship with Auntie Jen. Who could make more zillions, do you think? Bruce Mentees or Jen Mentees? Auntie PC's laughing. Auntie Jen, Auntie PC laughing. Island Girl, kind of like having male nurses make male patients so much more comfortable. There's that. Sherry Jones, wine. Monday Fool listed their source as a bagel-enjoying Canadian. So who knows who that could be? That could be anybody. And female police officers have a different approach and a more calming effect. David, bars run the same methodology. If they can draw and keep women coming back, the men will come also. Ladies' night, women's drinks, half off, etc. Alien, Uncle Bruce, can we retire with SOFI in 10 years? How about in 6 months? Oh, yippee. In my line of work, my male colleagues get macho attitudes. When I confront, they're like, yes, ma'am, and the macho is not there. Well, there you go. I found that when I had a few female brokers in the office, my guys were on their best behavior. They would be much more behaved and wouldn't be as raunchy. The other thing we found also is that we had a boardroom set up where we had a client come into the office. We would meet the client in the boardroom setting. So a broker would come to me in the morning and they'd say to me, I have a client coming in at 10 o'clock. Would you be able to come by and say hi and just introduce yourself? I said, that'd be a great idea. So, because I was always encouraging my brokers, bring your client in, get me to come in and say hi as the manager, and I give them my card as well. So they have your card, they have my card, and they'll feel like they're special. And I'll help size up the client for you as best I can. And what I found is my female brokers, of course, they would be bringing in husbands and wives as to visit the office, not just a male client or just not a female. Then they would bring in the female clients who are maybe recently divorced or widowed, or they are in their 50s and they're no longer married, but they're looking after the estate of the late husband and looking after her children and grandchildren. And so Jen and the female brokers, from time to time would have these ladies come in. And of course, I would remind my office, gentlemen, we are trying to come off here as not a bucket shop kind of a brokerage firm. We're not a testosterone laden, crude running brokerage firm like there are others in this city that are chasing every hot lead there is. We are building wealth here. We're building long-term relationships here, and so we have to conduct ourselves like it. Now, luckily for me, a vast majority of my employees I hired personally, and so I knew what I was hiring when I hired the right kind of people, and so when we had clients come in. They would find a refined boutique kind of a branch office, rather than a crazy, wild, and wacky brokerage house with all kinds of guys throwing paper airplanes at each other and spitballing and a lot of nonsense. Much more professional. And what it led to was the ability of my salespeople to attract more dollars from each investor. They would get a larger starting balance to kind of get things going with. And if they found it easier to build up their clients' wealth and get more of their wealth in the house, so that we would be the lead broker for that individual. Because a lot of people with money would have 2 or 3 stockbrokers back in the day, and they test drive them, see which ones are the most attentive, which ones are delivering the best returns, which ones answer their phone calls, and this kind of service. And so I made sure to really push my crew that direction. Service your clients, know your clients. Don't have them just come in here to visit you here. You go see them. Go see them in their offices. After the market is over, make an arrangement to see a client in his office, at his workplace. Because after you leave the shop, that person's office, the workers around that worker will go, who is that you were meeting with in your office? Oh, that's my stockbroker. And they're going to talk about you. And that gives you leads and opportunities. And you'll mention from time to time, hey, if you have anyone else in the office that needs any of my services, you can always hand out my card and I'll be more than happy to talk to them. I'd be more than happy to meet with them. And next thing you know, you get these leads from these people who would have you in their office. It was a golden ticket to build your book. And it was little tricks like that. But boy, I had in my day brokers that I worked with at other firms who were lazy, and they didn't want to get off their fat duffs and do anything. They just wanted the clients to come to them all the time, and that's not how it worked in those days. You had to be going after the business, and you had to show the client you wanted the business. Anyway, that was then. Anyway, aren't all Canadians bagel enjoying Canadians? I guess they are. I can live 6 months. Is there half off Uncle Bruce videos? Nope. Just tell me exactly just tell me the exact day these things are going to go. I'm finding my senior age at work is now an advantage. People respect my opinions much more. That's true. That's true. Dougie gut bucket. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Deborah. So you were the Ryan Cohen of the 80s stock markets. Well, we were just, we were just trying to build a book and just trying to build a business. We were not a firm that had a national campaign that, say, Merrill Lynch could have. We didn't have that kind of, we didn't have that panache. We were a small Canadian firm with like 6 branch offices across Canada. Mine was in Alberta. And we had to work to get the business. But boy, I tell you, it was so easy to out hustle the others because they were so dang lazy. It was so easy. So Bruce, are you telling us that you did not get hired to run Stratton Oakmont? No, I didn't work with Stratton. I didn't work at Stratton Oakmont. I'm not sure if that's an inside joke or not, but no. But I always wanted to work with Merrill Lynch Canada. I wanted to be a Merrill Lynch guy, but couldn't get in there. And as it turned out, it worked out in my favor in that by joining the firms I did join, I learned so much more of the business that I would have learned had I been with Merrill Lynch. And the buddy, the gentleman that helped mentor me, he went on to be a VP and a branch manager in Winnipeg. But I went on to become a partner in the firm and then a branch manager and a VP for Alberta. And I had to learn all the back office stuff along with the front office. And so he and I were sort of on a growth trajectory. We were absorbing all the industry knowledge quickly. I was setting myself up. There could have been a time where I could have become a director of the firm, one of the board of director members of the house, maybe 5 years down the road had I stayed that much longer. But that was not to be. I ended up taking a company public with my good buddy of mine. And that was the path I really wanted to go down. That was a lot more exciting because after being in the brokerage business 7-8 years and babysitting a bunch of these salespeople, I was quite happy for the change and also to be the president of the company where my buddy and I were calling our own shots. And that was an exciting time. So we really enjoyed doing that. Michael is laughing. Sheepy, Uncle Bruce, have you ever met Jim Cramer? No, I have not. Wolf of Wall Street. People like personal service. No one likes to be treated as a number. Exactly. Dave, it's a shame finance grads now are proprietary fund order takers, just selling crap ETFs to gullible folks with extra cash. An old school broker with a brain would be much better for everybody. Well, the business has completely changed out. It's just not the same anymore. I'll tell you, I had interviews with dozens and dozens of candidates, and I'd pick one out of 12. I'd pick one to hire. I had to say no to so many prospective people. But boy, in my day, I don't know why, but even in my mid-20s, late 20s, as I was doing these interviews, I could tell. I just felt a gut feeling about certain people that came into my office, and I could just tell within 5 minutes, this person isn't going to work out, or this person could work out. I tell you, I remember hiring one guy, and my operations manager said, there must have been something about this guy that worked for you because, on the surface, he just doesn't look like a slick kind of a presenter. He doesn't look all that confident. I said, I know he doesn't give off that impression, but he is deadly. He is still waters run deep. This gentleman is going to be a phenomenal investment advisor, and I worked with him for about 6 months. We got him licensed. He got through the course, no problem. We did all that, and we got him going. And he was a really he was a frumpy kind of a looking guy. He wasn't a sharp dresser. He was definitely frumpy, but he was willing to learn. And he came into my office one day and said to me, I have a meeting set up for 2 o'clock today, or no, 11 in the morning. I have a meeting for 11 o'clock today with a senior vice president of Imperial Oil. I thought, oh my God, this is somebody who's making like in 1980, what year would this have been, Bruce? This would have been like 85, 86. This is an individual making something like the equivalent of $3 million a year today or more. A serious hitter. And he convinced him that he should come to his office and talk to him about his investments. And we sat down and we went over it the day before. We went over it the day before. And then that morning I said, I want you to come and see me 1 hour before the meeting. And so 1 hour before the meeting, which is only a walk away, a couple of buildings away, which he would walk to. He came into my office and I said, all right, we're getting you ready for your meeting. Oh, okay. What do you want me to do? I said, grab your jacket, grab everything you need to take with you. And we're on the way. He says, okay. So he gets his suitcase and all of the material he wants to present this gentleman. And we went to a barber shop. I got him a little trim and got his hair all done up just right. We went to a shoe shine guy. I said, you don't walk in that guy's office with shoes like this. We got his shoes polished up to, they never looked so good. He said, oh, what? These look really good. I said, every time you meet a client, you get your shoes shined first. Then you see your client. You never see a client with scuffy shoes because that says everything about you. Your hair's going to be all cleaned up. And let's make sure your tie is done right. And we got him unfrumped. I said, all right, don't change anything. Go. You're on your way. And came back about an hour later after the meeting was over, came back and came into my office. He says, I've opened an account for the gentleman, and he's decided to, he took my advice on a couple of investment decisions and a couple of ideas I showed him. And the first order I have from him, as a matter of fact, and he pulled out of his shirt pocket, $50,000 check to start the account with $50,000. And I said, that's just a taste. He said, well, that's what he told me. He said that he's testing me out. I said, well, you take good care of this, man. He said, oh, I will. And how did it go? He said, oh, he's as technologically into stuff as these guys were made for each other. They're both technie nerd type guys. They hit it off perfectly. One can understand the other completely. They're both frumpy. What can I say? My hot shot salesmen who were into $5,000 deals, $5,000 of this stock and $2,000 of that. They were flippers. These young guys I had who were just trying to make quick money. They couldn't understand how this frumpy looking guy can come in with a $50,000 check. I said to my boys, you guys work your butts off with your $5,000 customers. And every time you put an order in for $5,000, you make $150 in commission. And you're babysitting them and you're watching the stocks and you're fussing out about an oil well in the middle of nowhere. You're just all stressed out. This guy right here is just going to put this individual into some mutual funds and some serious, good quality, well-managed funds that he's done his homework on. And the commissions on this stuff is about 9% gross. It's a scaled commission. So if you hold the investment as a customer, I think if you hold it for 4 years, you don't pay any commissions at all. The commissions are eaten by the managing firm. But the broker earns a 9% gross commission. I said, this guy just made 4,500 gross commissions today in 1 hour. How much did you make in the last hour? And they're all kind of looking at each other going, well, I put an order in. I did $150. And yeah, this guy right here is outselling you. Look at it. Look at the guy. He doesn't look anything like you guys. He doesn't talk like you. He doesn't act like you. And this guy over here is going to get 15 of these guys in the next 3 months. He's going to get these kinds of clients as his regular clients, and they are going to start with $50,000, and he'll be managing $500,000 for each of those clients within a year. And he's going to put you guys to shame. And they couldn't believe, they didn't believe it for sure. But as the months went by, they noticed how this frumpy guy just kept bringing in these big accounts. He'd land these whales, whale after whale after, because he'd get referrals, and whales refer whales. Promoters and speculators refer speculators. And these guys were getting these new accounts with $5,000 orders. He's getting new accounts with $50,000 orders. There was your difference. But that, that was then, and this is now, and it's still the same today. Anyway, great way to run a business. If you think you're going to get your spouse or the family, get all their friends, it sounds like you handle them well. Well, lucky for us, you still do. I love my wife, but not enough to work with her or her family. I agree with you. It takes a special relationship between husband and wife to do what you do. Jen and I have worked together on so many different things over the years. It just works for us. But we just have our style, and what can I say? It just is what it is. Stratton was Jordan Belfort's brokerage. Okay, that's why I don't remember that. Wow, do you think you would have hired a guy like Keith Gill? I don't know. Don't know if I ever would have. If you had come into my office with long hair, yeah, didn't have a chance, because of course that was 1982, 83, 84. Not a chance. Brant, do you think Charlie Munger has ever put Warren Buffett in a headlock? Also, have you ever punched a man? No, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I've always been a lover and a fighter. I think I've been in one scrap since I was 16. I think I was in one scrap. And I didn't want to be in the scrap, but a guy sucker punched me and then backed off and said, "Come on, man!" Like punched me first, and now he's challenging me, and I was so instantly upset with this little dweeb that I took off my jacket to get ready, and then a whole bunch of guys stepped in between us, and it never started. So that's as far as I ever got after I took a sucker punch. But as a kid. Unfortunately, as a kid who had been living in Germany and moving to Canada and only speaking German, unfortunately, I was involved in a number of scrapes, but I was really more the one being picked on because I hadn't grown out yet to my full 4'8" height. So I was more of a runner, but I eventually became more of a lover rather than a fighter. I need a makeover, Uncle Bruce. I polish my shoes, and I'm working on in the construction. It makes a lot of an impression. I'll tell you, I learned super fast. I learned from my father. My father was the one who showed me, because he was a military man. He was in the Canadian Army, and he showed me how to spit and polish, how you can really shine shoes. So I used to shine his shoes for him because he was the traveling salesman, and I would shine his shoes for him, and I would give it the best polish I could get, and he would give me pointers on how to make it even better and all that. When I got older and I was in the brokerage business, I loved going to the shoe shine guys, and I had one guy that I frequented all the time, and this gentleman was from Italy. Marco was his name. Super guy, really, really nice guy, and he had a shoe shine booth in the Imperial Oil Tower, and he shined shoes for the top executives in all of Calgary. The big oil men, like the oil guys, all went to Marco to get their shoes shined. And female executives would drop off their shoes with him for him to shine by hand, so that they would have their high end best corporate heels looking numero uno. But when I'd come up there, I would just sit down and I'd go get talking to him, and he'd give me the scuttlebutt because he heard everything. And so he was a source of info. He was really cool. And once in a while I would try to reach somebody, and I'd say, "Hey, do me a favor. If you see so-and-so, tell him to give me a call. Tell him I say hi. I hope all is well. Have him give me a shout." And he wouldn't forget. He would be shining that guy's shoes a couple days later and say, "Hey, listen, Bruce was here the other day. He wants me to tell you, say hi." "Oh, that's awful." He said, "Well, he wants you to give him a call." "Oh, I'll give him a call." And sure enough, I get a phone call from this guy. "Yeah, I was talking to Marco." "Yeah, what's going on?" Really handy guy. Really handy guy. I hired a super laid-back kid with dyed dreads, and other managers would ask me what I did. He was a killer. I knew 10 years before. They were asking him to teach sales his first year. Yeah, there are those. How is Frumpy Guy doing now? Great story. Sometimes it's the outside of the box thinking that makes the wins. Tragically, he had a good number of years. We parted company about 3-4 years later, when I moved on into my area, and he moved on to, he had to move on to where he was because the firm we were with was no longer. But I heard about a decade later that he had succumbed to some kind of a cancer of some kind, and he passed away. And I was saddened to hear it, but he had done well for himself. And I found out also, I also knew that he was actually from a family of wealth. He was sort of the odd duck in the family. But he had money behind him, and so he was comfortable talking to people about investments because he had been surrounded by it his whole life. But he had such a unique style. He was so technical and so smart. Oh God, he was smart. Really smart guy. And I just needed to get him in a comfortable zone. And I taught him how to cold call and what to say on cold calls, because he had to find customers that he could relate to and that could relate to him. So I would say to him, you're going to make 10 calls and 9 will not work. 9 will not work. You'll then meet one, maybe. And that might or might not work. You're going to find 1 in 50, 1 in 30 people that you run across that you'll click with, but it'll be a good connection. And he was relentless. He just wouldn't give up. He would be in nice and early, stay late. He would call executives at 6 o'clock at night in case they were at their desks, and they would be. Because the guys that he was after were the high-end guys, and these guys would work until 8 at night every night. That's why these guys got the big money, and so he'd reach these guys. It was incredible. He was just amazing. Whereas my hotshot 25-year-olds, they thought that being a broker was successful. Just the fact that they could call themselves a stockbroker, that was the pinnacle of their lives. I'm there. I'm going, no, you're a deadbeat broker. You're a broker that doesn't make any money. You're the worst of the bunch. You got to get going, buddy. And I would try to convince these guys that, and some of these boys I inherited. Believe me, I didn't hire them from scratch. But I would convince these guys, you cannot live off of $5,000 buy and sell orders. A couple of bad moves, your clients will go from $5,000 to $3,000, from $3,000 to $1,000, and then they're not in the business anymore, and you've got no money to show for anything anymore. All the hours of your time that you've invested with this guy, he has no money. He blew his brains out because you let him buy garbage. You got to work these people, and you got to build their wealth over years, and you got to have hundreds of them. And some of these guys would last a while and then they'd be gone. And it's just the way it is. Another great story. Thank you guys. Love the stories. Are door-to-door salespeople a problem in Canada? Anyone have tips on how to avoid them? We don't really have that in small town Canada, I guess now. This is an era that has certainly changed. The idea of having personal reps, with the internet now, I don't think there's much to it. He had long hair because of a COVID, though. I used to sell door to door. That was a tough job. Charlie Munger, looks like Beetlejuice. The dweeb. Noticed your door sucks was an opening pitch. Dangerously, the screen mask is not working. How about a no solicitors sign? Yep. I was once a car salesman. I'd always wanted to be in the automotive business, and I tried to get into a firm as a leasing agent, but they wouldn't hire me because I didn't have an experience. So I ended up, about a year later, I ended up working for a Chrysler dealer on the floor, the lowest level of car salesman there is other than a used car lot salesman. And so I was working for this dealership selling new Chryslers back in 1994 or 5, yeah, 4, I think it was. And I did that for about 6 months, and I found that I would have an easy time negotiating a vehicle if the client needed to lease the vehicle. I found that people who were looking for lower payments, I could help them with leasing rather than just financing or trying to buy something. And I found that it was easy for me to understand the numbers and put the deals together. And so I reapplied at this firm that I wanted to join in the first place, this Lexus dealership, in their leasing division. And I found that they had an ad in the paper. They were looking. So I went and applied. I said, I understand you're hiring. I want the gig. I'm over at so-and-so. And they said, the manager said, well, come with me. I'll introduce you to the leasing guy. So I met the the manager of the leasing department, and we hit it off instantly. And he said, yeah, come on and join us. I said, I'll give him my notice and I'll be here next week. Fantastic. So left the one firm and went to the other. And I worked with him for about 2.5 years or something like that, leasing vehicles, and it was all brand leasing. I could lease anything you wanted, any brand of car, any make, any model, any vehicle, could handle it for you, um, customized to where you wanted. And this was where I found I would deal with executives in downtown Calgary who, again, were working 14 hours a day. They didn't want to kick tires on a car lot. They just wanted to get they'd say to me, I want to get a Dodge Ram quarter-ton extended cab with all the bells and whistles, blah, blah, blah. I say, let me put it together for you. I'll come back to you. And so I would shop around the city, see what's available, and I'd come up with some quotes. And then I would give them a quick call, say, I got a couple for us. Send you a fax right now. I got 3 quotes for you on 3 different vehicles. If you like one of them, let me know. If you don't, I'll find some more. And they'd come back at me and say, vehicle number 2, it looks pretty good. Then I would arrange a test drive where I would pick up the vehicle, pick up the executive at his office. I said, I'll pick you up at lunch tomorrow. Let's go for a spin. And they loved it. They came out of their office, and I'm standing in front of their building with the truck right here. Throw them the keys. Let's go for a ride. And off we'd go for a spin. He'd go, this is great. Yeah, I'll take this. I said, great. Take you back to your office. I'll get the paperwork done, and I'll drop it off later. Tomorrow you can sign it, and we'll have the vehicle for you on Friday. And they loved it. We handled the licensing. We handled the registration. We handled all the paperwork, and all I needed to do was the client to sign off. And usually what they would do is they would come up to the office. They would get their wife would pick them up at the office in the car, come up to my office, sign the paperwork, and I'd hand them the keys and say, who's driving the new truck? He said, I'm driving the new truck. She's driving her car. I'm driving the truck. And they're on their way. And that's how I did business. I made it real simple for these higher end guys to live their lives. And since I could relate to their world, they really appreciated that I wasn't some slicky car salesman trying to scoop a deal on them. I would just come to them going, you tell me the car you want, I'll get it for you. And I'll show you the numbers, and I'll show you how we broke it down. You decide whether this is the deal you want or not. And they loved it. They just loved the straightforwardness of it. But those days are almost gone too. It almost doesn't exist. Anyway, so what can I say? How old were you when you moved from Canada to Canada from Germany? I arrived in 1962. I think I was 6, going to turn 7 that year. I think that's where it was, 6 or 7 when we got back. Shining shoes is such therapy. It is. Let's see. How are you doing? Standing up all afternoon. I'm tired. I'm a little tired. I don't know if I can last much longer, but I only need 15 minutes more. So you guys aren't killing me here. My dad was military too. Each night after dinner, he polished his shoes, belt and buttons. Yeah. Oh yeah. My dad had always top-notch Shine shoes. Always. It was in his music store, Shine shoes. I did not go into the music store as a 115-hour part-timer without polished up shoes. Same with the staff working for us. We had a shoe shine kit in the back of the store. So if you came into the store and your boots got all gunked up because of the muck, what you did is you went to the back, you got some paper towels, cleaned off your boots, you took your shoes off or boots, what you were wearing, and then you got the shoe shine kit and you polished up. Oh yeah, we were pros, and I always had shiny shoes, always shine shoes, always. That was the one thing with my rookies, especially my salesmen who were in a slump. They were having a tough week, or it wasn't going well. I would grab 2 of the guys and I say, I want to see you, and I want to see you in the boardroom immediately. And they'd be wondering, what's going on? Are we in trouble? And I'd be waiting for them, and I say, boys, grab your coats. We're going out. I'm going to take you out for a couple of things. Oh, okay, boss. We go out, and I would take him out. We'd go to a coffee shop somewhere, and we'd just sit around and have a chat out of the office, away from everybody, just to shoot the shit and just to get to the bottom of what's going on and reassure them it's going to be all right. Don't worry about it. We all have bad weeks, and we all have tough times. It's all going to be all right. And then on the way back to the office, I said, gentlemen, we're going to stop at so-and-so's. We're going to have our shoes shine. And I would take him to Marco, and I'll look at Marco and say, Marco, take care of these 2 guys. Shine them up, and I'd throw them $20. Shoe shine would be $5 a guy. I'd give them $20 and say, take care of those 2 guys. Get their shoes looking real good. You got it, Mr. Farmer. I'll take care of them. I said, boys, I'll see you back at the office. And then I would leave them, and they could just talk to each other. And I would leave them alone. They're getting their shoes shined by a pro. And they'd come back in the office and they'd show off their shoes. I go, oh, you guys are looking good now. And then these guys would turn it around. They would just have this confidence. Their boss is on their side. He's not the oppressor. He is the motivator. And that's what it was all about. And I would tell them all the time, every one of these guys, you getting ready to go see a client? Get your shoes shined. Don't you dare walk into that office without your shoes shined. Make sure your hair is nice and kempt. Get that. You gotta look the part. I mean, if you're gonna talk about becoming an investor and becoming successful in the stock market, you better look like the part you're talking about that you're trying to turn these people into. And that's the difference between you and the competition, man. It might be that little thing that is the difference. Anyway, I always think it's weird when certain jobs require a suit and tie for interviews, but when you work there, everyone's just in T-shirts and jeans. Yeah, that's true. Let's see, Colin, if you knock on this door, you have to pay me $50 for my time. I love the dress code in hospital. Just wear scrubs. As long as they're clean, you don't have to worry about what to wear. Let's see. Oh, man. I remember the first week I was a broker, sort of the first week or two, I was watching a salesman, how they worked. I was a rookie, and I just had to for a week, I had to just watch and learn. And got to talk to one broker who was really generous with his time with me. And he said, Bruce, this is one thing you're going to figure out real quick in this business. It's called dialing for dollars. We're calling clients to make orders. And the more phone calls you make, the more money you make. It's as simple as that. And if you're any good at talking to people on the phone, you can make a lot of money. And I didn't forget that one. I'll tell you that. Oh, yes. Let's see. Anyway, let's see. Uncle Bruce, what will you do if you have an interview? What you would do if you had an interview in a company you worked for 3 years as a self-employed? To say self-employed 3 weeks later, no news from the interview, sent email, but they never answer. Oh, what do you do? I would, what I would do is I would send them a card in the mail. I would send them an actual something in writing, and would send them a thank you card and say something like, "I really enjoyed our time together. If you would like to see me again, I would really like to join your firm. I'd love to hear from you. If not, no hard feelings. Best wishes to you. Continued success." I take the high road, but I would send them something in writing that they have to. It's addressed to the person you met. They have to take that. They have to open it, and then they will feel like crap that they haven't contacted you. They'll feel kind of, I should have contacted, and they might phone you back. They might look at that and go, there were 3 candidates that were really close. It's hard to determine which one I'm going to go with. But after 48 hours, if you get a card sent to that person real quickly, I wouldn't wait like weeks. I would wait a few days and send them a thank you card and show and just get in their face. I am the candidate you want. I'm the person you should be hiring. I'm the right one. I'm the answer. This is it right here. You've got him. I'm there. I'm available for a short period of time. I'm available. This is how I treat you. Just think how I'll treat the clients. That's what you want to do. That's how I would do it. Anyway, it's embarrassing to hear my father blow off salespeople who could cold call, especially during the dinner hour. Hey, Bruce, any advice for wildlife biologists? It's tough to work remote and our recommendations are usually ignored. I love what you do, but the constant rejections wear you down. You're the man. Wildlife biologists. Oh gosh, I don't know what to make of it other than you got to know your client. You got to know your target. Who is it you're after? Who is it you want to work with? Research the company. Research the firm that you want to join. Know more about them or as much about them as people who are already there so that you can talk like one of them already. That might be the secret to getting in the door and staying there. I need to run, says Sharon. If I don't get on for the trivia show, I wish you, Jen, and the TWB and stock markets fans a great weekend. Best of luck with the classes. Thanks, Sharon. You have a great weekend yourself. Island Girls, and good night, Sharon from Island Girl. The Credit Savage. Uncle Bruce, my portfolio is down almost 8%. All the options and stocks I bought up to this point are just stagnant. They expire in January or later, and I'm not worried. until I get paid. I can't take a class, though. Sad. You just hang in there, Chris Savage. It's going to be great. Good night, all. Happy weekend to bed here, says British Shilling. You take care, buddy. John Van, so is playing with yourself. Oh, no. Marvin, did you mention not to use Robinhood? I have a really nice shoe shine box. Is anyone excited for tomorrow? I am. That you, Tommy DeVito. One thing I learned from the military is confidence is the key. Absolutely. Did you have shine shoes when you first met Jen? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you got that right. I too love a nice polished shoe. Let's see. I have nightmares about polishing Shores USAF shoes. I get the shoe shine box. Dial in for dollars account and the amount. Dialing for dollars account and the amount. There you go. Let's see. I always remember my father had an electric shoe buffer next to his suit valet. Take care, Bruce, and all. Good luck with the classes. We're getting ready. Going to happen tomorrow. Look at the shine on that whiteboard. My YOLO is down 10%. Whatever Uncle Bruce tells me, I will retire in 6 months. JC, Bruce, have you seen Wolf of Wall Street? I have. I have watched it. Been a while now, but I have watched it. It was quite wacky and over the top, might I say? Yeah, somewhat over the top. Way back when, but entertaining, yeah, for sure. Folks, I'm going to call it a day and say thank you for joining me for this afternoon session. It was nice to have you here in front of the whiteboard. We're going to line this baby up for tomorrow and see how we do tomorrow and Sunday amongst our one-on-ones. I'm looking forward to this and continuing on. I look forward to seeing all of you here on Monday, as usual, at 8:30 Monday morning. 1 hour before the opening. Hope you have a great weekend this weekend, and hope you stay healthy out there. Look at the shine on that knob. As a military kid, I opened my eyes to the world, met so many people as adults who've never been out of their home province or neighborhood. They are so small-minded and fearful. Bruce, John Van, Bruce looked like a young Peter Boyle. Have a fabulous weekend. Beeps, thanks, Bruce and Jen. Bumpkin, Uncle Bruce, that whiteboard is almost as shiny as your head. I hear you. Bye, Uncle Bruce. Thanks for everything. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Bruce. Thanks for making my Friday work fly by. Thank you, everybody. Good night, all. Good luck with everything and the classes. Thank you, guys. You folks are great. But suck at it. Thank you, Dave. You suck at giving thumbs ups. Well, we do have 354 thumbs ups. I thank you all for the thumbs ups we got. If you're able to throw one up on the way out the door, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. It's all good. I look forward to seeing you all Monday morning. Let's make a bunch of money next week. And those of you who I'm going to see tomorrow and Sunday, I can't wait to catch up with you guys. We'll have some fun here at class and see what we can do. Jen and I are looking forward to setting things up. It's going to be great. Let's see. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Have a great weekend. See you later. See you Monday. 8 weekend. I was third. See you at trivia. Right on. We'll see you at 7 o'clock tonight. That's right. Trivia tonight at 7 o'clock. Then I'll see the rest of you on Monday, apart from what we're doing tomorrow and Sunday. All right. I'm out of here, guys. You take care, and we'll catch you later. Bye for now.